Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone. Today's session focuses on best practices and differentiating instruction in online classrooms. This topic is particularly relevant as online education continues to play a significant role in educational landscape. By the end of this session, you will be able to identify best practices for online instruction and apply strategies to address diverse learner needs. Joining us today is Ms. Aisha, an esteemed presenter who will be sharing the examples of best practices for online teaching. Then, she will guide us through strategies to differentiate instruction, ensuring inclusivity and effectiveness in virtual classrooms. Let's begin with Ms. Aisha. Over to you.
Let me begin with a simple yet powerful example. Imagine a student struggling to keep up with an online lesson, not because they lack motivation or interest, but simply because they don't have access to a laptop. Now, in that moment, the easy thing might have been to accept the setback. But the teacher chose a different path. Instead of giving up, they adapted. They began sending bite-sized lessons through a messaging app like WhatsApp, short, clear, and accessible. That small, thoughtful gesture made all the difference. The student stayed engaged, kept learning, and didn't fall behind. This story captures the heart of best practices in online teaching: adapting to challenges, being present even at a distance, and building real connections despite virtual barriers. Online learning environments can be dynamic, engaging, and inclusive, but only if they are carefully planned and executed. Without clear planning, learners may feel lost, disengaged, or unsupported. That's why it is essential to adopt best practices that ensure clarity, accessibility, consistency, and community. Let's go through 6 best practices that can help create a positive online learning experience. Whoa! First, design with accessibility and inclusion in mind. Every student should be able to access and understand your materials. Use clear fonts, alt text for images, provide transcripts for videos, and make sure your learning management system supports screen readers. Think about learners with different physical, cognitive, or linguistic needs. Universal design for learning, UDL principles can be very helpful here. Use varied multimedia. Online learners benefit from multiple content formats. Mix text, video, audio, and interactive elements to support diverse learning styles. For example, a learner who struggles with reading dense text might prefer short instructional videos or visual infographics. Another might prefer podcasts they can listen to on the go. Diversifying delivery also increases motivation and engagement. Provide regular feedback and support. Feedback should not be limited to grades. Give timely, constructive feedback through multiple formats: comments on assignments, audio feedback, or discussion replies. Also, build in support structures like Q&A forums, weekly check-ins, or virtual office hours. These practices help maintain connection and guide learners towards success. Always set clear expectations. Learners need to know what's expected of them. Use a start-of-course orientation. Outline weekly tasks clearly, and communicate grading criteria in rubrics. Consistency and transparency reduce anxiety, especially for adult learners juggling work and study. Next, promote active interaction. Avoid turning your course into a passive content dump. Instead, encourage learners to interact with the material, with you, and with each other. Use tools like discussion boards, collaborative documents, peer feedback activities, and group projects to foster engagement. Even short prompts like post a question or reflection after each module can spark meaningful learning. And finally, reflect and improve continuously. Online instruction is never perfect from the start. Use learner feedback, analytics, and your own reflections to revise and improve the course design over time. Be open to trying new tools and approaches that can support your learners. To summarize, online instruction thrives when it is learner-focused, technology-enhanced, and carefully scaffolded. These best practices can help make your online course more inclusive, engaging, and effective, especially when working with diverse learners. In the next session, we will focus on differentiating instruction for online classrooms, where I will introduce 5 practical strategies to tailor learning experiences to diverse learners in a digital space. Hi again. This is part 2 of our online instruction topic. In this session, we'll focus on how to apply differentiated instruction in online classrooms, a powerful approach that helps us address learner diversity in meaningful ways. Each learner brings a different background, ability level, learning style, and motivation to our online classrooms. Differentiated instruction means we intentionally vary the content, process, and output of our teaching to better meet these differences. In an online environment, differentiation becomes even more crucial because we lack face-to-face cues and spontaneous adjustments. Therefore, we must plan thoughtfully to support everyone effectively. In diverse and dynamic learning environments, it is crucial to implement strategies that address learners' varied needs, backgrounds, and aspirations. Effective online course design should accommodate diverse learning styles while promoting engagement and motivation. The following 5 strategies offer practical, evidence-based approaches to create more inclusive and responsive online classrooms. Firstly, allow self-paced progress. Providing asynchronous materials and flexible deadlines promotes learner autonomy in language education. For example, recorded lectures on topics like language acquisition theories, modular units such as phonological awareness and language assessment, as well as short reflection tasks and optional extension activities like data analysis or micro-teaching, allow learners to progress according to their readiness. Next, provide supplemental resources. Learners often require additional materials to deepen their understanding or explore topics further. By offering a variety of supplemental resources, educators can cater to diverse learner needs. This can include optional academic readings, research articles, explainer videos on complex linguistic concepts, or visual summaries of theories like Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. Curating glossaries for technical terms in fields such as discourse analysis or corpus linguistics, along with providing access to discussion forums or help desks for clarification, can further support learners in their academic journey. Identify learner needs early. Assessing learners' goals and backgrounds at the start helps create a more responsive learning environment. This can be done through a needs analysis survey and a brief diagnostic task, such as an essay or spoken interaction analysis. Based on this, instructors can suggest tailored pathways, like additional writing support or research-focused projects for advanced learners. Encourage individualized learning plans. Encouraging learners to set their own academic goals promotes motivation and engagement. By creating personalized learning plans, such as goals to develop academic writing or enhance discourse strategies, learners take ownership of their progress. Providing templates and mid-course check-ins helps them reflect and adjust, while end-of-course reflections allow learners to assess their achievements and plan for future growth. Finally, clarify expectations from the beginning. Clear communication of course expectations helps learners feel confident and in control of their academic journey. Provide a detailed course outline with learning outcomes, weekly activities, and assessment rubrics. Share orientation materials to explain participation requirements, assignment formats, and feedback channels. Also, clearly state your availability, preferred communication methods, and response times to guide learners on how to seek support effectively. By implementing strategies such as self-paced progress, supplemental resources, identifying learner needs, individualized learning plans, and clear expectations, we can create an inclusive, learner-centered environment. These approaches help learners engage with content, develop autonomy, and reach their goals. In conclusion, differentiation in online learning is about offering choice, support, and structure to help all learners succeed. Now, Dr. Yazi will wrap up our session.
Thank you, Ms. Ayasha. In this module, we explored the best practices that can enhance the effectiveness of online instruction and key strategies to create inclusive and responsive online learning environments, especially for language education, by supporting self-paced learning, offering supplemental resources, identifying needs early, encouraging individual plans, and clarifying expectations. We can foster meaningful engagement. Remember, effective online instruction is intentional, flexible, and learner-centered. As Carol Ann Tomlinson says, excellence in education is when we do everything that we can to make sure they become everything that they can. Please explore the references provided to deepen your understanding.